Hi, I'm Nick Shell with Family Friendly Daddy Blog. Today I'm doing a special on anyone who needs to know more information about just starting a WordPress blog. I was you about 5 or 6 years ago, and thanks to my dedication and what I figured out, I was actually able to be picked up by a major magazine for a couple years. I've reviewed dozens of cars, as you can see on my website, again, familyfriendlydaddyblog.com. People send me stuff to review. It's fun, and so it's a fun habit to have. Well, it's a habit, but also a hobby is what I'm trying to say. So what I've done is I've compiled a few tips for getting started. Assuming that you've already got your blog in motion and you've already been doing a few posts, I'm going to show you some things I learned just kind of teaching myself that I want to share with you that I think will be very helpful. First thing I want to talk about is how many posts to do per week. Do at least 3 is what I recommend. Less than that shows a lack of initiative that you're going to go anywhere with this. If you're just playing around with it, that's fine to do less than 3 a week. But right now, you need at least 3 a week. You need to do what I call build that snowball for Google to be able to see you. Get enough content out there that you're not just a casual blogger. You're serious about this. At least 3 times a week shows the internet basically that you're worth reading. So 3 posts a week, otherwise forget it. Just go ahead and shut it down and find another hobby, okay? 3 a week. Now, with that being said, make sure they're at least 300 words each. If you can't do at least 300 words, it's not worth writing about. It wasn't that interesting to you to begin with. Otherwise, you would have had more words. So 300 words minimum. I usually aim for 300, usually end up with closer to 400 or 500 words. You have to have enough content to be able to be found on the internet to be able to see your site. It does matter. You need to have enough words. The next part you want to keep in mind is pictures. They're very important. People are more likely to read your blog if they've got interesting pictures. I would say do at least 3 pictures per post. I personally do pictures collages on Photor.com is where I do mine. But if you at least have 3 pictures, what that enables you to do is it'll ask you to title the picture. Make sure you have a good title there and also a good description, because how else will people find your picture of a hedgehog wearing a leprechaun's hat? As random as that is, how are they going to find that if you don't put the words in there when it asks you to title and describe the picture? So with that being said, I want to move on to the next part, and that's writing the title. Think of this, it has to be a standalone post. It can't be my vacation to Florida. That's boring. Everybody can say that. Anybody can say that. What it could say is my trip to, and then name the resort or the exact shore there in Florida, and what you did there in the title. You want to put proper nouns in there. Anything you can have capitalized, it's going to hold more weight. So make sure you've got proper nouns, capitalized specific things in there. But I don't recommend more than 50 characters. I literally count each character to make sure it's not too long. You want to make sure that people on Google can find that pretty easily. And if half of it's cut off because it was too long, then it's not as easy to be found. A few more things I want to talk to you about. Next is advertising every post on social media. Make sure that you advertise everything on Twitter and Facebook. You may think, well, not all of my friends care to learn about this, as whatever random topic you're talking about. Do it anyway. They'll think, I'm curious about this guy. I didn't know this guy had anything to say. What does he have to say? So curiosity will get a lot of people. That again will start your snowball too, so that people will know to start looking for you. Especially if you're doing 3 a week, you're going to have people. Again, people go on Facebook just because they're looking for something entertaining, and even if it's mildly entertaining, the fact that they're coming to you, a lot of them will. That'll get you somewhere. So make sure every time you do a post, you publicize it on Twitter and on Facebook and any other kind of social media means that you have. That's very important. You have to grow your audience. I will say it took me many months before I would get even 50 hits a day. I remember what a big deal that was. And now I'm in the hundreds easily every single day. And often I'm not posting anything on that day. I'm still getting hundreds because of that snowball that I created years ago, plus the new stuff I mix in. So I'm keeping it alive. I'm keeping it well. Those are just some basic tips that I have for you today. I invite you to feel free to leave a comment and ask me a question. I'll probably do another video to answer that question. I love helping people. I stumbled into this myself. So I would like to give you a little bit of a map to get started. So again, my name is Nick Shell, and you can Google Family Friendly Daddy Blog. That's the evidence of that I know what I'm talking about. You know, people are always trying to sell you on SEO, and I can be your guide, and you can pay me this amount of money. But yet, where are their blogs? Where are their successful blogs? Look at mine. You can see it. I know what I'm talking about. And this is just to help you out, get started. So if you have any questions, let me be your go-to guy. Let me see if I can help you out. I'll be glad to help you. Leave me a comment, and we'll see if we can keep this conversation going. Nick Shell with Family Friendly Daddy Blog. I'm going to disappear.